So you have played around with different font sizes and colors and at least experimented a little bit. Maybe you just learned how to save things and hit edit, and that's great too. So if you hit edit pages, you can edit the page like I had said, and you can type in anything you want. You will have noticed that you can't just type in home, assign. You can't change these, and that might be frustrating. You can only change certain things. So because that's a button, so the only way to change that is I would have to actually type it in right here, and it will eventually update. It just might take a minute. So what do I want that to say? I'm going to make that say about. So, and then I'm going to hit save. And it should change this button eventually to about. There we go. So I hit refresh and I did change it, which is really nice. Maybe you want to add some pages that, like I made a whole bunch of pages that aren't on here, and I'm a little frustrated. Why aren't they showing up? So that's what we're going to go over right now. You will notice this gear on the right side. This is an action gear. Anytime you see it in Google, you always are offered other options and actions. So go ahead and click it, and it's going to give you a big drop-down menu of a lot of different choices. If you come all the way down to the bottom here, it says Manage Site and Edit Site Layout. Those are two pretty important things there. So Manage Site, this is your kind of like your master list of what's going on. We'll go over some of this stuff in just a minute, but right now I want to take a pay special attention to pages. So pages are what we're currently working on. So if I click on that, here we go. I did make a bunch of pages. They're just not showing up. So I have about, I have assignment calendar, class 1, 2, 3, 4, and contact. So how do I make those show up? Okay. What I do is I can go back over to my little gear here, and first we'll go back to the website and now back to the gear. And I want to hit Edit Site Layout. Okay? Edit Site Layout. So what this does is this gives you the ability to play with kind of how your bars are going across the screen. So up at the top we have header, horizontal navigation. You could do a sidebar, or you can do custom footer. We're going to stick with what the layout's given us. So we're on header. If you click off of it, it'll turn it off. So I want to turn it back on. And then I can change that picture if I want. I'm not there yet, but I can. Horizontal navigation. So if I turn that off, all my little buttons disappear. I want to turn that back on. I want that. And again, if you wanted sidebar, because you're more into that, you're more than welcome to do that if that's more your thing. I'm going for the top bar right now. And you can do custom footer too, where you have different buttons at the bottom as well. So within that, if you go ahead and you click on each one, so you hit, if I hover over it right now, I'm not clicking, it highlights and says Edit Site Header, okay? So if I do click, it'll let me edit the header, and I can change that to whatever I want that to be. If I click over Edit Horizontal Navigation, I click, and it'll let me change that as well. It'll show me what I currently have on my heading bar about assignment calendar in class 1. Not enough for me. I need more up there. So I want to go ahead and add, I have other pages, so I want to add them to that navigation bar. So I'm going to hit Add Page. Here they are. I have class 1, so I need class 2. I think you have to do one at a time. Oh, I'm so impatient. Yep, one at a time. Okay. Add page. Class 3. Okay. Add page. Class 4. Okay. So now I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I want those up at the top. I want about, so I'm going to do a little about me. Assignment calendar. I don't like the title of that, so I have to retitle that on the edit page part. Add page and contact. Go ahead and hit OK. So now all of those are going to be on my sitemap, which is what I wanted. So, and they're currently set as links, but you could also, you notice that you have an option of tabs and boxes. So again, with Google Sites, they give you templates and the basics. It's not anything like super fancy, but it's pretty simple and basic, and it's clean cut and straightforward. Once we get into really fancy things, then we're talking about some coding and some other upgraded, beyond our ability, website design. So I'm feeling a little fancier right now, so I want some boxes. So I'm going to go ahead and click boxes. You can do tabs if you want or keep it at links. I'm going to hit OK. Yours might have said something different depending on what template you had chosen. Doesn't matter. So you can see mine are now little rectangles. I like the rectangles. What I don't like is that sitemap, there we go, is on there. So that's how you edit the design. And again, you can just hit close, and now it's back to how it was. For some unknown reason, I, for some reason, put sitemap in there. I'm going to show you real quick how to take that off if you followed me. So you go back into your edit page layout so that everything's highlighting. You can just click on it. There's a little checkbox right here. It says include a link to sitemap or recent site activity. I don't need any of that. They don't need to see my sitemap. And hit OK. And then it'll go away. All right, so that's it for editing site layout.